is the truth with this story? Because, again, everybody is spreading it. They're saying, see, Biden and Harris, they trash. They're slashing $43 billion from HBCUs. What is the truth?
Roland, good to be back. It's always good to be with you. The truth is that that's absolutely unequivocally false. In terms of HBCUs, we've never had it so good. HBCUs, I say it's harvest time for HBCUs. It's a season of new hope. We have an administration who truly believes in and has invested in excess of $6.5 billion in HBCUs and is investing more as we're talking presently. We have a Congress where we have bipartisan support in the House and the Senate. So we have bipartisan and bicameral support for HBCUs. So, and based on the investments by Congress and the administration, we have more corporate support, more individual philanthropic support. We've moved from the style section of the newspapers to the education section, to the business section, to all of the sections where we should be, because we have a 15 billion short-term economic interest at our HBCUs collectively, and HBCUs are doing any more than any other cohort. For America's historically Black colleges and universities, they're just 3% of American colleges. In the sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics, they're graduating 42% of Blacks. And in education professionals, 50% of Black education professionals, health professionals, the lion's share, punching way above our weight. And we have an opportunity like none other to continue to show that our outcomes are far in excess of the input into our institutions, and that we're worthy of and should have more dollars invested in us. That's what we were talking about today. And while we were there, my phone was exploding, and I got out and they said there's a story out about a $45 billion cut from this administration, and we're down to $2 billion. Well, the reality is this. Everybody has heard about the negotiations on reconciliation budget that includes a lot of human needs programs and education program. In fact, it will invest in early childhood, the entire pipeline from early childhood to the middle passages to undergraduate school, community colleges, undergraduate, graduate and professional schools like never before. In the process of negotiation, the figures are going up and down. There was never a figure for this one particular bill of $45 billion. But the figures are dancing around. Right now, I don't think the White House can tell you exactly where the figure is, but whatever the figure is, our institutions will be greatly enriched as they continue to enrich America. Reality is, America can't realize her goals, can't realize her education goals, her economic goals, her wealth goals, health goals without HBCUs. And so we're going to continue to get money. But I just want to say this. I heard a bit of the last program.
Leslie, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Again, yes. so I need to walk slowly through this again. Okay. Mm-hmm. The story says $45 billion for HBCU and other minority institutions, down to $2 billion. All right. What I'm still trying to understand, though, is what is this $45 billion? Because the reality is, right now, HBCUs, the federal government is only providing around, and correct me if I'm wrong, around $1 billion annually to HBCUs. Is that correct?
Could be. Yeah, but we got substantially more in this last time because of the coronavirus special supplement.
No. I got that.
You're roughly correct. But here's the question about the $45 billion. In the Build Back Better blueprint, in the blueprint or the platform, the administration has it as an aspirational goal, investing $45 billion in infrastructures and research for HBCUs. That's the aspirational goal. Hopefully we'll get to that at some point. Hold on. Wait, hold on. And let's say again. Okay. The Newsweek story says $45 billion for HBCUs and other minority serving institutions. The reason I'm stating that is because people are tweeting and posting as if
the $45 billion is all going to HBCUs. It's not. There are other institutions that are in this, so that $45 billion is not all for HBCUs. And have you seen, again, this is for everybody who's understand, this is what you work on.
Right.
Have you seen an actual hard number that they are proposing in this bill that's specifically for HBCUs?
No, I have. There's a coupling, but we're asking for a decoupling. But let's go back. I want to make sure that your audience is clear, because I think part of this, and I believe that Newsweek is a reliable, independent news source, but there's
Not
huge
necessarily.
Good. Thank you. That's you.
Not necessarily.
And you're in the business.
Because
So
first of all, the Newsweek story is written off an Associated Press story. I've read the story. The problem is it is scant details, and as somebody who reads the story, if I see $45 billion cut to 2, I want to know. I want to see what the $45 billion was for. I haven't seen it.
Didn't happen. And so that's confusing. A reconciliation bill that has a figure that at no time was $45 billion, with a platform in which there was an aspirational goal for $45 billion. And you're absolutely right, for HBCUs, TCUs, and their tribal colleges, universities, and then demographic MSIs. And so those would be Hispanic serving institutions, tribal colleges, and predominantly Black institutions. And so that was for an aspirational goal for the community in a platform. So now the president is in, the administration is in. We have better relationship and better access to folks in the administration who themselves have gone to HBCUs, but importantly, who understand the centrality of HBCUs to American progress. More importantly, for where we are presently, they understand that HBCUs, because HBCUs are unlike any cohort of colleges and universities, and you talk about the PBIs, TCUs, and APCs, Asian Pacific Islander colleges, they are demographic MSIs, minority serving institutions. HBCUs, people don't know this, they are not minority serving. They have no race and no ethnicity criterion. And they were founded for the purpose of educating the progeny of the American slave system, or Blacks and other persons. And they've been open and inclusive of all students since their founding. But they are unique. We have a special relationship with America because, unlike any other group of colleges and universities, HBCUs, the primary cohort, were dragged from their land. Thousands died in the process of having them brought over to this land so that we could provide cheap labor. We were stripped of our cultures, stripped of our names, our religion, stripped of everything that was a reality to us. But we thrived, and we served, and we got whipped and beaten and lashed. But important to us was education. And so originally we educated ourselves by all types of signals and working to each other. You all know the story, and I'm not going to take up your story on it. But the point is, from that, we went on to found private HBCUs by abolitionists and Blacks, founded them, and we funded them. We funded them. When Black folks wanted to go to white schools, they could not. And so at some point in 1862, America established historically white public institutions to educate large swaths of white America.
Got it.
Blacks were denied.
But hold tight 1 second. I need to. But Lezli, hold on. I need to focus on the current funding, and here's why. Because again, I need to walk people through this properly. Because again, we operate in facts.
Yes,
originally, there was a 45 in the original proposal, in the original $3.5 trillion. So explain it. Okay, good. So again, I need you to explain that so people understand the facts on where this number is coming from. Go ahead.
There was no $45 billion proposal in this bill. There was a $45 billion aspirational goal in the Build Back Better platform. So when you run for office,
Okay.
you say, these are things we want to achieve. And that could be
Right.
4
So,
years,
okay.
it could be
So,
8 years. But
so
that's
in
an
the bill.
aspirational goal.
Okay. So in the bill that the president proposed, what was the actual number?
I've seen numbers between 2 billion and 3.9 billion, low billions. I have at no time seen in the bill itself anything that approximates 45 billion.
Okay. And now what is happening is they're going back and forth on cutting the size of the bill. You have Senator Joe Manchin, who has said he is not going to support $3.5 trillion in spending. Senator
Right.
Kristen Sinema. So what happens? You see cuts made there, and so that's what's going back and forth, and that's why we're trying to sit here and establish what's actually the truth. And so
Yes.
we reached out. We've been trying to get numerous members of the Congressional Black Caucus on the show. We're trying to get Congressman Bobby Scott on, who's on the House
Yes.
Education Committee. We're trying to get him on because we need there to be an explanation of this, because, again, I'm seeing people say all kind of wild stuff, and it's not based in fact or reality. I want to go to my panel. Scott, you have the first question for Lezli Baskerville.
Hey, Leslie, good to see you again. I think you're right about the $45 billion being aspirational, but it's confusing in and of itself because you have these two bills. But let's not forget, when you say that HBCUs are in a really great place right now, that last COVID bill reduced the debt of historical Black colleges by millions, each of them. And so are you seeing more bipartisan support and investment in historical Black colleges on the Hill, despite the fact that they're going to have to reduce this Build America Back legislation? Will there be something in there for HBCUs?
There absolutely will be something in there for HBCUs, and there are things in there that now I've seen in roughly 3 places. There are some resources for infrastructure, there's some resources for broadband, but as with every other affinity group, advocacy group, the HBCU community believes, and we want additional resources to move our Research 2 institutions. We have 11 Research 2 institutions. Those institutions are high research, and they're doing the scientific research. They're responsible for roughly 42% of Black Americans that have advanced degrees in the sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But they're just 11, and we have none that are R1, that are the top. So we've been pushing and pushing for additional dollars. But more important than the additional dollars is a decoupling of HBCUs from the group that Roland talked about, who said the money, the 45 aspirational goal in the platform that has nothing specific to do with the budget is for HBCUs, tribal colleges.
Right. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I don't want to talk about platform. I don't want.
I'm not talking about
right. No, but here's the whole deal. Somebody running for office is one thing. Well, they're actually there. I want something was actually in the bill. Hold tight. Hold tight. Got it. Hold tight one second. All right, welcome back. Roland Martin, Unfiltered on the Black Star Network. We're talking about HBCU funding in the latest bills that is going across Congress. Question, we have Lezli Baskerville with NAFIO. In the next hour, we'll be joined by the Thurgood Marshall Fund as well. Question now, Demario Solomon Simmons, your question for Lezli Baskerville.
Yeah, I do want to hear a little bit more about you talking about the decoupling. I understand that this aspirational number of $45 billion is for tribal colleges in addition to HBCUs. But how much do you think HBCUs will receive specifically for our particular colleges themselves?
Okay, and I just think it's important, given what Roland's trying to do, and I think it is so important, that aspirational goal has nothing to do with this bill. It is not in the bill. It was not in the bill. And and our champions for the bill, many of them are themselves HBCU alums. And the chair of the Education and Labor Committee in the House, Bobby Scott, is a justice janissary. He fights like no other for voting rights and for the rights for the last, the least, the left behind, and for HBCUs. Alma Adams, who's the chair of the HBCU bipartisan caucus, fights like a Trojan. So the point here with the decoupling is that because of America's history with HBCUs and denying us dollars for education, denying us a right to an education, and de jure discrimination that was visited upon us for the first 200 years, and then for the last 200 years, we struggled to deal with the vestiges of slavery. They started strengthening HBCUs in the Higher Education Act. And that was in recognition of the fact that we were denied dollars and we were owed dollars. And America said, not only have we intentionally denied you dollars that has resulted in underfunding, deferred maintenance, endowments that are substantially less than others, and on, and just 11 research institutions at this time. But the vestiges of slavery persist. And so we've got to do something about that. And so they put in a pot of strengthening HBCUs for the purpose of strengthening the institutions that were intentionally denied funding.
Lezli,
Yeah.
Lezli, Scott was talking about, when Scott talked about the $6 billion. So in the COVID package, there was $6 billion that went directly to HBCUs. And so, again,
That's correct.
the reason I'm laying this out there, so when people are talking about what was cut, you have to factor in the COVID bill that was passed earlier by this Congress and signed into law by President Joe Biden. $6.5 billion went to HBCUs, and so if you're going to say what HBCUs,
$1.6 billion, another 1.6 in the rescue plan, the American Rescue Plan.
Got it.
Okay.
Robert, I need your question for Lezli. I'm short on time. Robert, short question, short answer.
Just very quickly, we're talking about this, the bill currently going through Congress, and I see a lot of Republicans posting this meme about Joe Biden cutting $30 billion from HBCUs. What Republicans are actually helping on HBCU funding?
Good question.
I've not seen who's on the bill. I know who was on the committee today, and there were a lot of questions about adding additional dollars after we received the 6.5 and then the 1.6. But
looks like, folks, we just lost Lezli Baskerville.
So I guess we're going with none.
So here's the deal. No. Actually, you do have some, and you do have some, and you've had supporters in the past. Let me explain to people right now, because I think a lot of people, again, you're retweeting stuff from folks who have no idea what the hell they're talking about. The problem is this here. They are still negotiating what is going to be the size of the package. So is it 3.5 million? It's going to be 2.5. It's going to be 1.5. It's going to be 1.2 billion. Once they get to what that bottom line number is, then you're going to have a renegotiation of all that goes into it. That's what we're doing. I just emailed the White House to say I need a response from you on this so-called $45 billion. And again, here's the other thing I need to caution folks you're watching. It said for HBCUs and other minority-serving institutions. Okay, hell, if that so-called $45 billion, you could have $40 billion going to other minority-serving institutions, and only $5 billion going to HBCUs. But the way it's being portrayed is, $45 billion was going to HBCUs.
Right.
That's why on this show we speak to what actually happens, what are the facts. And so we lost Lezli. It's fine. I appreciate her coming onto the show. In the next hour, we will talk to the Thurgood Marshall Fund to hear from them about this issue, so you will have the actual facts. And when you're tweeting and posting on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere, fan base and everywhere else, you will have the actual details and not just repeating what somebody else has to say. And so that's why we do, we focus on facts and details. Back to our Roland Martin unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on that.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?